Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can show putting the alternator back in. So I took the alternator out. So here's the new alternator that is going to go into the car. And I had to remove one screw right here. And that's how I got the coolant reservoir out. And then obviously we have a screw right here and another one down over here. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, gonna be down right there. So there and there. So those are the mounting points. And then I actually broke my cable, so I actually extended it. I soldered and spliced the cables in, so this is what connects to the voltage regulator. Oddly enough, it's just one connector, one pin, but nonetheless. And then obviously down here we have the main. Can I see that? Yeah, there we go. This is the main connector to the alternator. So this is what actually is holding the 14 volts. So what I'm going to attempt to do, I'm not sure if this will work, but what I'm going to attempt to do is set the camera here on the radiator, and hopefully, sorry, I just got a connection out. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to connect it. I have this, my phone camera right here on the radiator fan, and hopefully, I don't know if this will work. What I can do is I can show you how I got it past. The main problem that you're going to run into is this one right here. And so what I had to do was I had to bring it way up like this and then slide the alternator underneath it. So it was the same getting it out. Alright, so let's see if this works. There we go. Okay. Oh man. And I probably didn't show much of it. Anyways, I brought it in exactly like that. So the two mounting points towards this wall, and I was able to squeeze it down in there without having to remove the fan. Man, that was tight. That was really hard. I just kind of, I guess, forgot how to do it. Alright. So now that that's in there, I guess the easy thing to do is to mount the... Once it's in here, it's kind of a little bit easy to move it around and stuff. So I guess the first thing to do is to plug this guy in. Oh, how did he go? Oh, goes like this. Okay. Okay. So I think that's right. Alright. Put the washer on it. I guess you can't see at all what I'm doing. Let's see if I move you over here. Now this connection obviously cannot be loose in the slightest. I know I'm cutting in and out here on, this video, but here's a couple things that I was kind of wondering about. So I had a problem getting the main connector plugged into the B1. Anyways, I thought I would, show what it looks like when it is connected. And where's my flash button? I don't have it. There it is. There we go. So that should hopefully light it up. So that's what it looks like when it's all plugged in. And I remember this red-blue cable is just me extending the connector that I had because, well, it broke. So I'm going to zip tie that up, and I'm going to try to get the alternator mounted. I had the bottom one kind of almost halfway in there. Couldn't quite get the bolt through, but anyways, just thought I'd share, because I swear that bolt wasn't going in right. It just kind of felt like it was not trying to go in, and I finally just kind of put the bottom post almost in, and then tightened that bolt down with the cable in there, and it went in real smoothly, and it looked like it fit properly, and I think that's kind of what it looks like now. So I was looking for a picture on Google, couldn't find one. So anyways, I thought I'd add it to the video, and I'll be adding the picture to my blog as well. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so now I have finished installing the alternator. I actually did also swap out and put a new belt. So here we have this bolt in. The alternator isn't moving. So once I put it back in, the question becomes somewhat, how do you test it? How do you make sure that everything in there is working properly? So I don't think you can see the back of it. Actually, maybe you can. See that excess connector that I had, I ended up having to just zip tie it off to the side, and I don't see anything that creates heat around there. So I think it'll be okay. And yeah, my tube is busted. I ended up having to zip tie it together, and then anyways, that's just a patch repair. Anyway, I got a new belt on it, and now we're going to learn how to test the voltage. So in most cars, the battery voltage is going to be around 12 to 13 volts when you start. More likely 12 or slightly less. So when you get in the Mercedes, when you want to test your voltage, there is a way to do that automatically. So what you do is you insert the key, and then you turn it once, and you go to the mileage screen. And what you do is here on the right, you hit it 3 times really quickly. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And there all of a sudden I've got the voltage. So this is what my battery is reading right now. It's 11.9 volts. So now we're going to go ahead and start the car. And it goes all the way up to 14.2. That is exactly what we want to see. We want to see the voltage go up. We want to see it actually producing more than 13.5 volts at least. In this case, it's 14.2. That is perfectly normal. That is perfectly exactly what we want to see. And then once I switch the car back off, actually, let's go take a look at the alternator running. Here we have the car running. New belt in, and the alternator is doing its thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to make this video right here where I was showing how we can test it real easily without using any tools or having to buy a multimeter or anything else. That screen actually will stay on the car until either an error message comes on. In my case, I have the TPMS not working right, or until you change it up to something else, like I just did right there. Actually, it stayed on. Wow. And in the screen, just for those who are curious, there are a couple more things in here. Aside from just the voltage reading, when you do this, you end up with a few other screens. Probably don't need to show that one off. Just kind of showing you all the different things you have equipped on your vehicle. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's it.